Hi, I'm Paris, and in my continuing search for the most comfortable face mask, today I'm trying out a model with a couple new features. It's from a company called Buck Mason, and it has, you can't see it, but on the interior piece of cloth, there's an antimicrobial spray. Now that's on the internal part, which means it stops stuff from growing out of your own breath. It's not really focused on stopping other things from getting in, just from stuff out of your own breath growing on the wet cloth that's next to your face. The other feature it has that's new to me is the way they do the ear straps. They're not stretchy, but there's one strap that's complete and then the other one is sewn onto that. So they've sort of made an estimate of what size will fit you, but then you have the rest of the strap on each side to tie around the back of your head if you'd like to make it tighter. They look to be well made and are reasonably priced, a 5-pack for just $20, so $4 per mask, and that antimicrobial coating is good for 30 washings. Find out more about the Buck Mason masks at the link down below this video, and let me get started trying it out. So in my case, it's a little bit loose fit with where they've decided to sew the straps together, and you can see if you don't do anything with them, they just sort of hang down. Now, if I wear it like this without tying it behind my head and I keep talking, this is what happens. That's a big no-no, so let me tie it so it'll be a little more snug. Now this is an extra step and a little extra bother. I'd rather have a mask that fit properly with just sliding it on rather than having to worry about tying it and untying it. Especially if you have trouble tying a knot in the back of your head. Okay. Now when I speak, I don't feel like it's sliding down my nose, so it is necessary to do that extra step of tying it there, unless by chance it does fit you right off with just the loops. Now for most of the masks I've tried, they've been a little bit on the small side for me, so if you're counting on having a bigger face than me, good luck. With the straps tied around the back, it's good right along here, a little opening here, which I think we'll see what that does when I try the glasses. It comes down under my chin, so it's good fit. I feel like it's doing a good job with filtration. Let me try the glasses out. All right, the glasses fogging test. Put it on and breathe through my nose. Some of them have been worse. It clears up pretty quickly, but yeah, there's definitely foggy going on with these. Let me see if I can adjust it at all to minimize that. Just making it worse. I have yet to find a really good mask for people who need to wear glasses or safety goggles at work. Now let's see about the filtration. Obviously, if I'm fogging up the glasses, some of the air is just blowing up out of there unfiltered. But the way you can test it out, they say, hold the material up to a light, and I've got the window here to the outside, and let's see what I see. I can sort of see the shape of the light, and I can just see light outside. With some of the really thin masks, I've actually been able to see the outline of the trees and the things in the backyard. That's really thin material. So I would say this is medium thickness. There doesn't seem to be any spot in the material that opens up where you can slide in an additional layer of filter if you'd like. But one thing I consider with the masks, because I leave them by the front door for the rest of the family to see which ones they'll grab when they go out, and what's really important to them is ease of putting it on and off. And if it were just that, that'd be one thing, but having to do the tying it every time, and then of course you got to untie it to take it off, I think would discourage them from picking this one. But since it's a new one, I'll add it to the collection out there and see what happens. It depends how fast you can tie knots in the back of your head and not get your hair tied up in it. So that's how long it is to put on, to take off. Yeah, if you've made it snug, you're not going to be able to pull it on and off and reuse that same knot, so you will have to untie it. Comes off pretty fast. The Buck Mason masks are well made and fairly comfortable, but what they really have going for them is the price. $20 for a 5-pack, so $4 a mask. That's really amazing when I compare it to the masks I've previously reviewed. The only mask that's been less than $10 that I've tried out has been the custom ink mask, which is basically just cut out from a piece of t-shirt material. I know it's fairly easy to put on. It's pretty minimal. I mean, it is a mask, and when I go to look through it, this is the one that, yeah, I can see the details of all the lights, and I can see the trees and the clouds and everything through the material. But this Buck Mason mask at $4 is such a step up from this one cut from a single piece of material that this is now my budget recommendation, and actually probably a mid-range recommendation too, just because it checks all the boxes of being a good mask, and it even has the antimicrobial spray on the inside. It's the first mask I've reviewed that has that. What does more money get you? Well, $12 gets you fashion. $19 gets you custom printed whatever quote you'd like on the front of the mask. $22 gets you a mask that actually fits my large face and allows you to put extra filtration material inside. And $34 gets you a mask with a zipper so that you can have your snack, your straw, while you're out on break, and then zip it right back up and never have to take the mask off. But that's quite a jump from $4 for a perfectly fine mask to $34 for a mask that has a special feature. I'll link to this mask that I reviewed today, as well as to each of these masks that I've previously reviewed. I'll also put a playlist at the end of this video if you'd like to go through and watch my detailed review of all of them. But I have to say, $4 for a mask that checks pretty much all the boxes. This one's going to be hard to beat, but I do have more masks coming, so be sure and click subscribe below so you'll get notified when those videos go up, and I'll see you on the next review.